Ever heard a voice so good you thought, why isn't this legend on t-shirts next to Mick Jagger and Robert Plant? From Burton Cummings belting like a soul preacher to Inga Rumpf growling blues better than half of Europe, these 10 shockingly underappreciated lead singers didn't just sing, they rewired the 70s. And no, we're not leaving out the guy from Big Star. Let's look at 10 underappreciated lead singers from the 1970s.
Maybe all those years will find some meaning.
Burton Cummings, lead singer of the Guess Who, is a rock vocalist who does not always get the credit he deserves. Known for his strong and emotional voice, along with a lively presence on stage, Cummings played a big part in helping the Canadian group gain international fame. He joined the band when he was only 18 years old and soon became the lead singer and keyboard player after Chad Allen left. Working closely with guitarist Randy Bachman, he helped create major hits like These Eyes, Laughing, No Time, and the chart-topping American Woman, which became the first song by a Canadian band to reach #1 on the United States Billboard Hot 100. Cummings brought more than just a good voice. He added emotion and storytelling to the music. His voice could be gentle and soulful, or loud and full of energy, making each song stand out. After Bachman left, Cummings kept the group successful with songs such as Share the Land and Clap for the Wolfman. In 1975, he began a solo career with songs like Stand Tall and My Own Way to Rock, showing even more of his talent. Despite his achievements, he does not get mentioned enough when people talk about great rock frontmen. Burton Cummings shaped rock with soulful power. Who brought gritty edge next? Let's discuss Eric Burden's impact. But before that, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Eric Burden, the unforgettable voice behind The Animals and War, is a powerful but underrated lead singer in rock history. His deep, gritty voice and raw emotion gave his performances an unmatched intensity. With The Animals, Burton delivered unforgettable tracks such as House of the Rising Sun and Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood and We Gotta Get Out of This Place, songs that captured the struggles and defiance of the working class. His voice had the strength and soul of blues greats like Howlin' Wolf. Bruce Springsteen described him as sounding like Howlin' Wolf coming out of some 17-year-old kid. Burton's commanding voice and stage energy left a lasting impact on future artists, including Robert Plant, Iggy Pop, and Patti Smith. After leaving The Animals, Burton took a small step and joined the funk rock group War. With them, he created the groundbreaking album Eric Burden Declares War. The song Spill the Wine highlighted his unique ability to mix spoken word, funk, and psychedelic rock. Burton's voice and creative risks helped shape the sound of rock and soul during a time of cultural change. Eric Burton's voice shaped rock's raw power. Can Steve Marriott match the same fiery energy? Let's explore his story next. Steve Marriott, the dynamic frontman of Small Faces and Humble Pie, had a powerful and emotional voice that made a lasting mark on rock music. Even with his huge talent, his name does not come up enough in talks about the greatest lead singers. He started out as a child actor in London's West End, but music was his real love. In the mid-1960s, he began Small Faces, where his rough, soulful vocals and mod fashion turned him into a youth star. With the band, he sang hits like Tin Soldier, Itchycoo Park, and All or Nothing. His voice had a deep soul influence, with energy and feeling that drew comparisons to legends such as Otis Redding and Ray Charles. After leaving Small Faces, he started Humble Pie with Peter Frampton. Their live shows became famous, and Marriott stood out on songs like I Don't Need No Doctor and 30 Days in the Hole. His vocal power and stage energy inspired artists like Paul Weller and Noel Gallagher. Later in life, he stepped away from fame and played smaller gigs in local pubs. He died in a house fire in 1991, but his influence remained strong. Steve Marriott's soulful power shaped rock's past. Who brought the same fire to Southern soul? Let's uncover Jimmy Hall's story next. Jimmy Hall, the soulful singer of Wet Willie, brought a special mix of southern rock, rhythm and blues, and funk to music, but did not get the attention he deserved. He was born in Birmingham, Alabama, and grew up in Mobile. Hall became the lead singer, harmonica player, and saxophonist for Wet Willie, a band known for its high-energy live shows and creative sound. His voice was both smooth and rough, a perfect match for the band's biggest hit, Keep On Smilin', which reached the top 10 on the Billboard charts. Hall gave the band a clear and unique style by mixing rock with soul and blues. Songs such as Street Corner, Serenade, and Weekend also made it to the charts and showed how strong and steady his voice was. Beyond Wet Willie, Hall enjoyed a solo career that brought him even more success. His single, I'm Happy That Love Has Found You, became a pop hit, and he performed on major television shows, including American Bandstand and Solid Gold. He also sang on Jeff Beck's Flash album, which earned a Grammy nomination. His songs have been recorded by artists like Greg Allman, Blackberry Smoke, and Jason Isbell. Jimmy Hall's soulful mix shaped Wet Willie's sound perfectly. Can Mike Reno's voice bring a new energy to rock? Let's see his impact with Moxie next. Before Mike Reno became famous as the lead singer of Loverboy, he took his first big step into rock music with the Canadian hard rock band Moxie. Born Joseph Michael Ranowski in British Columbia, Reno joined Moxie in 1978 as the new lead singer after Buzz Shearman left the band. His first appearance was on the album Under the Lights, which brought a noticeable change to Moxie's sound. Reno had a smoother and more melodic voice, which added a fresh energy compared to the rougher vocals of earlier Moxie songs. Although Under the Lights did not sell as well as the band's earlier albums, it gave Reno a chance to show his vocal strength and emotional depth. Tracks like High School Queen and the title song pointed to the larger rock sound he would later become known for with Loverboy. His time with Moxie was brief, but it played an important part in shaping his music career. Reno's voice stood out because it was clear and strong, with the ability to shift easily between hard rock and pop. He later gained fame with Loverboy through hits like Workin' for the Weekend and Turn Me Loose. Mike Reno's vocal shift changed rock's vibe. Can twin guitars reshape it next? Let's uncover Jigs Lee's magic. Jigs Lee, the powerhouse vocalist of the 1970s hard rock band Kane, is one of the most criminally underappreciated lead singers of the decade. Hailing from Minnesota, Lee brought an intense vocal presence that could rival any frontman of the era, but without the mainstream recognition. Kane, though never achieving massive commercial success, carved out a loyal following in the Midwest rock scene, opening for the likes of Styx, Kansas, and Cheap Trick. What made Jigs Lee stand out was his blend of raw power and theatrical flair. His voice on Kane's 1975 album, A Pound of Flesh, was explosive, gritty yet melodic, and loaded with emotion. Tracks like Katie and Bad Side showcased not only his vocal range, but also his ability to carry complex arrangements with commanding stage energy. Despite Kane's breakup in 1978, Lee never stopped performing, later leading the band Fragile and eventually launching the Jigs Lee Invasion. His lone voice changed rock forever. Can solo artistry leave the same mark? Emmett Rhodes was a very talented musician known for his singing and songwriting that made a quiet but strong impact on rock music. He started as a drummer in a band called the Palace Guard, but soon became the lead singer and main songwriter for the Merry-Go-Round. This band was famous for its catchy pop music that sounded a lot like the Beatles. Their song Live made it onto the Billboard Hot 100 chart. And Rhodes wrote most of the songs on their only album. After the band broke up, Rhodes set up a recording studio in his parents' garage. There he made his first solo album by himself, writing, singing, and playing every instrument. This album reached number 29 on the Billboard charts and was praised for its beautiful and heartfelt songs. He made 2 more albums, Mirror and Farewell to Paradise, showing his skill again. The record company wanted him to make 2 albums each year, which was too much pressure, so he left the music business when he was just 23 years old. Even after he stopped, Rhodes became very important in power pop and indie music. His way of recording at home inspired many future musicians. After not releasing any music for 43 years, he came back in 2016 with an album called Rainbow Ends, reminding fans of his timeless voice and great songs. Emmett Rhodes crafted timeless solo work from a quiet garage studio. Can raw, powerful vocals like Inga Rumpf's reshape rock soul? Let's find out. Inga Rumpf is the powerful voice behind the German band Frumpy, and is surprisingly not as well known as she should be in rock music. She has a deep, soulful, and rough voice that changed what people expected from a female rock singer. Many critics compared her to Janis Joplin, but Rumpf had her own unique style that was raw, bluesy, and full of strong emotions. Frumpy started in Hamburg after the folk rock group City Preachers broke up. Rumpf, who was already known as a standout singer in the band, helped create Frumpy's special sound by mixing progressive rock, blues, and psychedelic music. Their first album, All Will Be Changed, released in 1970, was a big success in Europe. They also went on tour with famous bands like Yes, Humble Pie, and Renaissance. What made Rumpf special was not only her voice, but also her brave presence on stage and her songwriting skills. She did not try to be like other female singers, but made her own way. Frumpy's songs often had long experimental parts with strong organ music and Rumpf's powerful singing in the middle. After Frumpy, she kept making music with the band Atlantis and then as a solo artist. Her bold voice changed rock. Can Chilton's softer sound match it? Let's explore. Alex Chilton was the voice and creative heart behind the band Big Star, and he quietly influenced rock music in a big way. Before Big Star, Chilton was already famous at the age of 16 with the Box Tops, singing the hit song The Letter with a voice that sounded much older than he was. With Big Star, Chilton changed the path of rock music. His voice could be soft and raw at the same time, showcasing both deep sadness and hopeful feelings. Big Star's music mixed British pop, Southern soul, and bright jangly guitars. Their first album, #1 record, had songs like 13 and The Ballad of El Gudo, which were honest and beautiful. Although the album did not sell well because of problems with getting it to stores, it became very popular with a small group of fans and influenced bands such as REM, The Replacements, and Teenage Fan Club. Chilton's songwriting on the albums Radio City and Third Sister Lovers went even deeper into emotional and musical creativity. Later, his solo work included punk, soul, and lo-fi styles, showing he did not want to be limited to one kind of music. Big Star's influence shaped rock deeply. Can Miller Anderson match this emotion? Let's see his story next. Miller Anderson, a singer-guitarist and songwriter from Scotland, is a talented artist who has not received enough recognition in rock and blues music. He is known for his emotional singing and expressive guitar playing. Anderson first became known as the lead singer of the Keith Hartley Band. Their first album, Half Breed, stood out by mixing blues, jazz, and rock with Anderson's rough and passionate voice at the center. The band played at Woodstock, but they were not included in the movie or the soundtrack, which limited how many people heard about them. Anderson's first solo album, Bright City, released in 1971, is a special record that shows his skill in writing songs and his emotional range.
Something going wrong down here. Guess I got the city blues.
It combines folk, blues, and progressive rock and has become popular among collectors and critics. In 1974, he joined the band Savoy Brown and worked on the album Boogie Brothers, where his voice and guitar were impressive even with the 3 other lead guitar players in the group. Over his career, Anderson collaborated with famous musicians like John Lord from Deep Purple, Mark Bolan from T-Rex, and Ian Hunter, and he played with bands including Mountain, Chicken Shack, and the Spencer Davis Group. These voices didn't just echo through the 70s, they shaped it, even if the spotlight missed them. Which underrated singer do you think deserves more love? Drop your pick in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep cuts and unsung legends from music history.